Ryan Day was speaking yesterday with our Dom Tiberi from 10 TV. The only place that Ryan Day was talking was to our guy Dom. And that's because Dom has naked pictures of Ryan. Here is Ryan Day talking about learning from the loss.
Yeah, well, it's 24 days away. So, when you think about it, I think it's 24 days, but right around there. I think when you look at it that way, it's a long road, and we're fresh off of this loss, so you can't just move right on, so quickly, because you got this time to kind of identify the things that didn't go well and what we got to do to get fixed. But we'll quickly flush it out, identify what those things are, and then it'll be important how we practice, because we got to keep our edge throughout the month.
I think it's important to note, though, that Ryan was not able to just brush this game and flip the page just like that.
He didn't want to.
He didn't sleep after it. He had a knot in his stomach. I mean, when they got to the Woody the very next day, there was a lot going on. I can imagine there's a lot going on and a lot of wondering. And you also wonder what those team meetings are going to be like, and who the vocal guys are going to be. And when it comes to players, because we heard so many of those stories after how it went when they lost that Michigan game.
Who's the Jack Sawyer?
Who would be that Jack Sawyer
on this team?
Is that Sonny Styles?
I don't know.
Is that a guy like Arvell Reese?
But Ryan Day alluded to the fact that there were a lot of vocal, pissed off guys in that locker room right after the game, because much like I'm sure a lot of you did, I watched that game, and then I couldn't just go to sleep. So I turned on our postgame coverage here on the Fan, because I wanted to hear Ryan Day at the podium. And he alluded to the fact that we got some real pissed off guys. This does not sit well in the locker room right now. And we got to go back and we got to watch film. And one of the other things he said, and I talked about this earlier, is that you're playing a deep zone. Indiana was. You got two safeties deep. You got linebackers playing 10 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. That should be a recipe for running the ball really well.
Yeah.
And we have to go back and watch film and determine why that didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
And you do need to, you're going into championship season, and are you once again, like you saw, are you looking at getting a guy like Gabe Van Sickle a lot more reps? Are you going to have an open competition at right guard as you go into the college football playoff? I honestly do not care. Whatever is best for the football team, and whoever is going to help you sleep better at night, knowing that you're going to be able to run that football and you're going to get the best run blocking imaginable.
So Dom asked the question, was Saturday a wake-up call? And I know we're playing audio here. We're not playing video. But Ryan Day's face said, I don't want to hear that. But here's what his words said.
Whether it's a wake-up call or just when you go into a game that, a matchup game, they're a good team. The assumptions that you make about certain things throughout the season that aren't right get pushed to the forefront. And then, the issues that are there, really, head to the surface. And so you combine all of those things. So it's our job as coaches to make sure we're putting our guys in a position to be successful based on what we have. And so we got to look at all those things, and it's coaches and players included, because, when you go through a loss, it's everybody involved. And, it really could have come down to one play in all three phases that if we had done a better job, we could have put ourselves in a situation to win the game. But it shouldn't come down to one play. That's the bottom line. That's the whole idea of leave no doubt, which we'll make sure we're reiterating as we head into this next game.
I'm going to put that through the translator for you. That was Ryan Day, as diplomatically as he possibly can, saying, my coaching staff didn't do a good enough job preparing for the Indiana Hoosiers, and we didn't put our guys on the field in a place to succeed. That's what I believe. Because he talked about, whether it's assumptions that you have about the opponent, and, that to me speaks of, we thought they were going to play a certain way. Or some of my guys thought they were going to play a certain way. And it turns out that didn't happen.
Yeah, it turns out Indiana was a little bit better. A little bit better than maybe we thought they were.
Better.
Maybe we didn't think we had to have that kind of performance to beat these guys by 21 points.
Continue to do what they always do, and that you would eventually wear them down in the second half, because that's what the Buckeyes have done at times this year. They just wear teams down, and then the score looks good at the end, even if it was a little close to start, because you're just deeper than them from a talent standpoint. And Indiana didn't let you do that. I also found it interesting, Teddy, I don't know if you can get it, but it was in the post-game press conference. where he was asked, he being Ryan Day, was there extra distraction this week with Brian Hartline? And do you feel like he was doing everything that he normally does to get ready for this game? And Ryan Day answered it, and he dismissed it, and he said, it's something we're going to focus on, we got to work on. But there wasn't an immediate no.
Right.
It was like, no. I never questioned his focus for a second.
It was a little bit of
there was a little something there.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because we spoke about this last week, and we both were of the mind that this is a much, much different situation than what you have like with Lane Kiffin, who just high and dry is taking a head coaching job at another in-conference school. This is Brian Hartline's first ever head coaching position. It's a big step in his career. But I got to tell you, you wake up here on a Monday while we are here dissecting and poring over all of the minutia of this Indiana-Ohio State game, and Brian is all smiles, and he's in South Florida. He's talking to the team. He's wearing their colors. He is the head coach at South Florida, and he is the offensive coordinator at Ohio State for a college football playoff. Please talk me off the ledge, because, again, I think there is a way where they do this. And Ryan Day did also say, I think it was in the same postgame press conference, where he's been calling plays, Brian has, but he's always had influence, and that Ryan might have more influence. Because you could see him yapping on the headset. Like whenever they were showing Ryan and they had the ball in offense, they were going through those 2 long drives. They show Ryan chatting a lot.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Maybe he takes even more. I think that's what he's saying. I think, to spell it out, he's going to take a more inclusive role in the offense because you have this situation with Brian Hartline.
Teddy, did you find it? Did you find that one little?
Yes.
Time? Okay, maybe I'm misremembering the answer, but play it for me, Teddy.
I'm not going to get into too many details on it all.
There you go.
I think Brian is doing everything he possibly can to finish his time here the right way, and I appreciate that. And so we're all involved with it, and we're all doing everything we can to make sure that we put the guys in the right situation to be successful. We got a bunch of guys in that room, and we'll make sure as we head into the next few weeks that we're on point and we're doing our part.
Translation? I don't like it for 1 minute.
Hearing it back, it's even worse than I thought. It's like, hey, is he distracted a little bit? I don't want to get into that. It's like Costanza when he goes into the doctor's office. Says, cancer? Get out of here.
I want you to say it quick. Yeah.
No, you're questioning his dedication? He's the most dedicated guy. He's the first person in the building. He's flipping his ATV just to get into the building before everybody else. Instead, we got him, I don't want to get into that right now.
I'm not going to get into too many details. He's doing what he can do to give us the best that he can give. Hartline, not locked in? Get out of here. He's the most locked in guy you've ever seen. His middle name is Locked. Brian Locked Hartline.